Hermoso, and she did speak about this. She said, "I did not like this incident. I felt vulnerable and a victim of an impulse-driven, sexist, out-of-place act without any consent on my part." And in response to that, the Royal Spanish Football Federation has stood by Luis Rubiales and apparently has even threatened legal action against Hermoso and others, which is unbelievably evil action to take. She was just up there collecting her award for being on the winning team of one of the biggest events you can imagine, and then out of nowhere, like a jump scare, this woman in a horrifying freakazoid grabs her by the skull like Omni-Man about to crush Speedster's head in the first episode of Invincible, and then he just kisses her out of fucking nowhere. It's gross. Like, that is just a disgusting action to take. There's not really a defense to it, and yet now she's being attacked not only by Luis Rubiales and everyone that's on the upper echelon of those elite weirdos, but also just a bunch of other people have come to his defense like, it's not a big deal. Look, it's just kissing her on the lips without her consent. That's fine. If he was happy, she was happy, everyone was happy. It's a celebration. Don't be so afraid. Don't be such a prude. Which I think is some delusional, alarming thought processes going on with that if you're trying to justify this action. No matter how excited you are, you can't just start kissing people without their consent and without warning. It's not a good thing. There's no justification for it, period. And in response to all this, FIFA actually banned Rubiales and the Spanish Football Federation from contacting her to preserve her fundamental rights following the kiss. And apparently, she'd even been asked to alleviate the pressure on Rubiales. The absolute gall to say that to her. Listen here, miss. You've created a lot of problems for Luis Rubiales. You forced him to kiss you on the lips. You were sending all kinds of signals that he picked up on, and you basically ripped the tongue out of his mouth and shoved it down your throat on the big stage. This is your fault, and it's up to you to fix this. It's fucking craziness. Holy shit. Now, obviously, she's very upset about this situation, and everyone else is as well. So, there have been some resignations until proper action is taken, because right now, he's getting a slap on the wrist. They want him to resign from his position following this scandal, which I think is a reasonable request, but instead he's just getting a little bit of a little vacation, basically, and that's about it. He's not facing real consequences for these actions, and also, this is not the first time Luis Rubiales has found himself in some really degenerate hot water. Apparently, he was even siphoning funds out of the Federation in order to spend them on orgies. This is a sexual deviant. This is a fucking bad person, and he still has this incredible